All right, guys. It is a best of 5 grand finals here. It's the weekly PiGosaur Cup. And Cure barely slides his SCV by the Probe Scout for that early Engineering Bay block. We'll see how MAXPAX handles this. We're quickly going to hop out to close the predictions. There we go. And we are back in game. Massive thanks, Vibe, for the raid. Hope you had a great stream, mate. Thank you for those tuning in live, guys. It's the finals of the weekly cup. We have the Terran man, Cure, who's just beaten a Protoss player that shook the world over the weekend. But he did it in PvZ, not PvT. He really struggled with Cure. Now look at this. So Cure's blocked his expansion with the eBay. MAXPAX, realizing he's blocked there as well, has had to go and take the garbage base. Now, I've seen him win with this expansion before on this map. But it's awkward as all heck, man. I mean, don't be wrong, this is not free. Q had to sneak an SCV across, build an engineering bay. He cancels it, gets most of the money refunded, only loses 31 resources permanently. But it's also all that mining time with that SCV going across the map so early. What was Vibe playing today, guys? You let me know in the chat. Shield battery. Okay, so he's going to go shield battery and double adept. MAXPAX is really... I always feel like I need to go early Oracle if I'm in MAXPAX's shoes with a weird third base, because like that can defend Hellions and Reapers and stuff. But I think at the top level, they're so good at even evading the Oracle. It's even that is not a sure thing. And he's just like, nah, I'll build 2 Adepts, a Stalker, and a shield battery and be fine. I wonder if he adds another shield battery in the main, because that can help out. There's always a very high likelihood of those Hellions dipping in around into that main base. And you might be asking, but Pig, he doesn't know about the Hellions? Technically, he doesn't, but there are certain assumptions that can be made. When your opponent eBay blocks you, it's one of the most common follow-ups. Depp trying to hide. He's got to get this out of here. Oh, he's trying to get damage on the Hellions. That's ambitious. But with 2 Adepts against 2 Hellions, I guess he does win that trade. And if he can kill the SCV on the command center and then recall, that could be pretty massive. Okay, he's going to go for it. Cure already built another depot, and he's building another one as well. Realizing this SCV is probably going to go down, but let's see about that. Hellions going in towards the main. There's only one Stalker. Oh god, no battery in the main. It's broom, broom, burn, burn time, guys. And you know what Terran's like? They're like brooming, brooming, and burning, burning. It's a professional commentator. 3 probes going down. Hellions rotating in. He hasn't really got any big stack ups. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't killed more. 5 probes is still very good though, and these Hellions are going to work through that shield battery pretty quickly. It's 8 probes, 9 probes, and these 2 Hellions survive to fight another day. And he's not all in on this. Q is not like desperately... Oh god, he didn't put a new SCV on the command center. I guess the Adepts were over there and he didn't want to just blindly send them back on. That's a freaking epic delay on the command center though. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's got a Cyclone, 4 Marines, 2 Hellions here. He's going to try and catch this Adept, which will go down really fast. I think the Hellions probably want to repair up here. Yeah, drive those up to the service station here. I always remember the satisfaction of putting your tanks in the original Command and Conquer on the repair bay. Do you guys remember the repair bay from the original Command and Conquer game? The very first one? I don't know, there was something so satisfying the first time I healed a tank on that bad boy. Get that feeling when I heal my Hellions up with an SCV as well. Anyways, the Cyclone does take big damage. Oh, he's going to get the Stalker. Yes, he is. This is a dangerous push for MAXPAX. Blink is not ready just yet. Once Blink is ready, he can kind of bully the Marines and the Hellions, but look at that. The Hellions are going to rotate around. He's going to try and get in here. Maybe deny the third. Maybe get in the main again, because that main is still wide open. Of course, Warp Gate's ready now, but it's a bit of a coin flip whether Warp Gate will be ready or not to actually warp in units. MAXPAX wisely puts himself back. Should probably shuffle to the right a bit more. And actually, oh, he almost pulled those units away, but he realizes. He does realize the threat, but he's not watching. That's bad. Does blink one on the high ground. Warps in one Stalker as well. Well, Hellions should be able to at least kill 2 or 3 probes. Micro on the probes, but not enough to escape. Hellion's going to try and rotate, but he comes to a dead end. The Stalker's finally going to put him out of his misery. Total of 11. 11 probes. Very good start there for Cure. Cure's really looking good recently. Ooh, Stalker gets in there. Gets himself an SCV. Nice. Alright. SCV's taking some big damage. Stalkers need to pick up. Oh, good pickups, man. Beautiful pickups. 3 SCVs do go down. Really good micro. Q has got to shut this down. He's got 3 tanks. He should be safe. But right now, he's leaving that main horribly undefended. I do not like this wall-off setup at all, guys. He doesn't have vision of the edge. Oh, this is not good. This is really not good. I mean, yes, he's going to get the observer, but in his mind, he's like, cool, I guess he's not harassing me anymore. Oh, no. That wall-off is garbage, man. Seen a few dodgy wall-offs today from Terran players against Blink, but, like, the tank is meant to be protected by the wall-off. It's not meant to be out to the side. Let's get some damage on the Prism. Losing 1 tank's not the end of the world, but definitely a bit weird. I feel like Q's wall-offs have been very weird today. Like, that tank... The Stalkers can blink in, run up, and just shoot across the barracks to it. I get he's guarding it now with Marine Marauder, but the whole point of the barracks wall is you have it like here, and then you have the siege tank back where he is, so they have to blink forward and then go around all the buildings to get to your tank. And just, I mean, I know I'm nitpicking a little bit, but it's just odd because Q is normally very tight on that. Playing MAXPAX can get your adrenaline pumping. He's got to slow down, take a deep breath. Just play some solid StarCraft. Dark Templar drop comes in. Does he have a scan available? Yes, he does. Just 1, though. Scan the main or the natural. Which one's he going to scan? He goes for the natural, not the main. Already had a turret partially built on the natural. Might have been the wrong choice. This command center is a juicy pick-off. That's a juicy pick-off. Scan's not ready for another 8 seconds. Tank's going to go down. 5 or 6 SCVs. Q are not able to repair there. Oh. The turret getting killed, man. He's just waiting for scans to deal with this. This is not good. Because even he wants to get both. He's only going to get 1. The DT's going to get the reactor. It's a disaster, mate. Oh, dude. This... And look, the DT even grabs a Marine. Tries to circle the edge there. Grabs 2 Marines. Gets away just before the turret finishes. Oh! Dude, if he gets saved by the Warp Prism as well... Q has taken a lot of damage. Sorry for not having the production tab up, guys. Ravens just started. +1 weapons. Already, Colossus on the way. 3rd base saturated. 4th is about to build. And this is the way MAXPAX gets in your face with his Stalkers, follows up with something else. Usually it's a Zealot drop. In this case, it's a Dark Templar drop. And behind it, he is flawlessly macroing. +1. Extended Thermal out. 2nd Colossus on the way. Q is sitting in his corner in a timeout. He's going to have a decently timed 3rd, but I feel like that's just so much damage. Not quite 2-to-1 trading, but not too far off either. 10 SCVs going down. The 17 worker lead. Protoss is looking very solid. Lower hit point units in Command & Conquer do less damage. They usually move slower as well. Even in the original Command & Conquer? I don't remember that in the original. Maybe in the later games. I mean, I was a child at the time, so I could be wrong. Someone Google that. I don't know if that's real in the first one. I mean, I'm sure it's real in the later games. But I think in the very original, maybe no. Sounds pretty advanced, but there is some surprisingly advanced stuff in old RTS games. In amongst the immaculate pathing. Alright, Forge is almost finished. 2nd Forge. That is. The 2-1 upgrades on the way. The 2-1 Colossus timing, something that Terrans are afraid of usually. 2nd Starport's on the way, so Q, he's building a few libs right now, probably for harassment. I think he just wants to get a bunch of Vikings out to stop these Colossus. Here we go, Bio coming forward. Nice! Nice anti-armor missile. Bio trying to start a step back. The Zealot's taking damage. The tank is really important here. He's got to pull the Marines back. Q, no, you can't be fighting into that. The Zealot drop. The Zealot drop has distracted him. That moment of inattention got about 15 Marines roasted. Oh, that's painful, man. MAXPAX using this 3 Colossus timing with +1. DT on the left as well. The Zealot's finally getting cleaned up on the right. The DT runs it. He even micros it. Remember, guys, the famous words from Pigfest years ago where I said, MAXPAX, why are your DTs so much more effective than anyone else's? He stopped to think for, I kid you not, 8 seconds, and then he said, because I micro them. Zealot, Stalkers, and Colossus coming in, though. They finally do get jumped on. That was a good tail end of the fight for Cure. Does it salvage the game, though? And I look at those worker numbers and I go 4-4 versus 7-7. Oh, yucky, yucky, yucky. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's a 30-plus worker advantage to a Protoss who's still got a Colossus alive, a Sentry. He's got 8 gateways. If he does need more gateways right now, he's building 4 of them in a 2nd Robo. Taking another gas. Turn stuck in his corner. Like I said, in a timeout from the early game. Just trying to survive. If he was playing anyone but MAXPAX, I'd say there's a real chance for Cure. Playing against MAXPAX here, I'm like, gosh, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I know they do move slower, but I don't think they shoot slower, at least in the original and the first Red Alert game, says StarCraft. Cool. Right, I think I do remember vehicles getting like damaged and yeah, moving slowly and stuff. Sorry guys, really dumb thought while I watch these Zealots kill these SCVs. Can someone make a StarCraft mod for me? So what happens, instead of Terran's repairing, this is a buff for Terran players, you guys will love me. You get the Command and Conquer button, where it's just a repair button on your UI, and you click it, and you click on a building, and it repairs at the rate as if there's 10 SCVs repairing it. And it just costs the same money, but like you can just do it on any building anywhere, including proxy bunkers. You just have to like, there's no hotkey for it. You have to manually click it. So it's like Command and Conquer micro, where you just click repair on all your buildings and they just start healing on their own. Does that sound fair, Protoss and Zerg players? Can we give Terran that? Make a mod. I'll host a show match. It'll be fun. Zealot Stalker course is coming forward. There's so many Zealots. It's a lot of Liberators. But the Stalkers are going to blink forward and focus them pretty quickly. Really good push. Oh, man. Just not enough there. +1 only for the Terran. He was trying to go lib range to survive, which is a really smart way of trying to get back in the game for Cure. But he was already too far down in game 1. All right, guys. Going game 2. It's a big map. This is a nasty map. Q is going to struggle on this one. I do think he's got very good late game. He was just in a really bad spot in that last one. I do think that first tank being out of position just opened things up. And then, hey, you happen to not do a Raven build. Your opponent happens to do a Dark Templar drop. It's a disaster. Massive amounts of mining time. Not to mention add-ons dying, tanks dying, Marines dying, mules being used, or not being dropped and being scanned instead. Like, it was just an insane amount of damage. He was miles behind. But I actually think Q is very competitive with MAXPAX. And we'll kind of see what he can do here on a map that is absolutely massive. We've seen that MAXPAX has a lot more success on Old Republic and late game than other maps as well, because he can just use the mobility to like recall on this base, kill it, recall into the back, kill that base. He was also using Blink DTs earlier today. Not as much as I would have liked, admittedly. I would like him to go 6 or 7 gases a bit earlier when he goes to late game and actually do big Blink Dark Templar run bys and Blink buys. But not too bad. Regarding the silly repair thing, didn't Patch's mod have the fire suppression upgrade? Yeah, that's like the rate of like 1 SCV repairing it though. It's like not bad. It's a good upgrade. It's from the campaign, right? But it's not like the, you know, if you could just click repair, click on it, and it's just like its hit points just go up like 5-10 SCVs repairing. It's a different level. But you should also make it so the repair symbol appears for the opponent as well, so they can see how skillful you are. Oh, that alien's going to go down. Miss Micro for Cure, guys. Oh, gosh. Cure's in trubs. He's going to lose both Hellions. If he kills the Adept, it's worth, but he will not be able to. She's just going to fade away. Oh, unless she's a dum-dum. Apparently, she just walked into the rocks and headbutted herself. SCV drill! Taste my drill! Gary! Wait, no, he's only Gary if he builds depots. Guys, what is this SCV's name? Friggin' Savage over here, man. That's his name, Savage. Bloody killed an Adept. Can you imagine him at the bar later with the other SCVs? They're like, you did not. And he's like, nah, man, promise. I swear she was running away and she was about to do, you know, that stupid teleporting thing that those dumb friggin' Adepts do? Well, she was about to do it. And I just fucking shoved me drill into the back of her head, and she just friggin' turned into some Protoss smoke. It was friggin' crazy, man. That's 100, and they're all like, nah, he's having us on, man. STV's never killed an Adept. That's not possible, bro. Gonna drop 1 Widow Mine outside. He's gonna run that in the front. 3 Widow Mine drop into the back. Triple Widow Mine drop. MAXPAX seems to have noticed though. Oh, he gets that before it burrows. Well done, dude. Oh, no. Cure. Cure. Only one Stalker goes down. He loses his medevac. That's a little rough there. He's being annoying. He's wasting a lot of mining time, but he's losing these units. Good blink to dodge the next shot. And the Widowmine's doing the sad waddle of shame, guys. Much like waking up in a stranger's apartment and then having to go past their housemates the next day to leave the premises. The waddle of shame. Why waddle? I don't know. You friggin' were so drunk you fell over and hurt yourself, so you're waddling as well for some reason. Siege tank is there. 2 tanks out. He's going to swap off after 2 tanks this time. This is a bit of a better tank positioning, I think. Still covers a lot of the blink-in path without being as exposed, especially once that factory blocks the northern entrance. It's going to be a nice early forge. MAXPAX is just so good with his upgrade timings. I think that's one of the best things about his PvT is that confidence with the blink stalkers and the early zealots and the warp prism activity to keep the Terran back. He's just confident getting upgrades so much faster than other Protoss players. I do think... I think of the games he's dropped to players, even ones he's heavily favored against recently, and I really feel like you have to get him with an SCV pull sometime early on in the series right now to get his respect. Unless you're Clem levels of multitasking, I feel like if you don't scare him with an early SCV pull, it's really hard to stop him being so greedy while he's just in your face. Pig, I'm going to be in Australia all of August on holiday. August. All right. Yeah, it's a good time, man. September. Yeah, it's end of winter, but it'll be getting like warm. It'll be warming up. I mean, the weather will be kind of random. It's a bit of a dice roll that time of year. But even in the middle of winter, the days are still pretty decent. Just the days are a bit shorter, a bit cooler. So I hope you have a good time. It'll be a good time for the outdoors. Not too hot yet. Depends which city. I mean, if you're in Darwin or far north, like, it's still going to be really hot that time of year because it's never not hot there, but yeah. Stalkers. Oh, he blinks into it. The bio catches 1, 2, 3, 4. No way, he gets all 4. Woo, cure. But he's not ready in the main, and that's you're playing MAXPAX. Who do you think you're playing? You have to blindly prepare for the warp prism. He's always in there really early with the warp prism. And he wasn't ready, which means he loses 5 SCVs. Good distraction there for Max as he goes into Colossus and a 4th base. Unfortunately for MAXPAX, guys, he's forgotten the unholy equalizer. Oh, he's remembered it. Protoss man just realized he left his Viagra at home. He's going to quickly try and get a replacement prescription. Colossus just don't hit the same without that +2 range. So it's running around the north. Prism dies to the 2 Vikings. Oh, he didn't recall it. Bit sloppy. Oh, another Stalker goes down. You can't be affording these Stalker losses, mate. And he had recall ready. He should have used it. How do I contribute to the cups? The weekly cups that we do every week. The PiGosaur. Just type !tip in Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, it's in the pinned comment. There is a link there to my Streamlabs. That'll... It's all good. Get on there. If you guys want to support Pigfest 7 coming in late February, stay tuned. We'll have announcements about that in the coming week. I heard Australia's almost as big as a whole continent. It is a whole continent. You were told correct. It's almost as big as itself. So yeah, that's a science fact. That is. Not the most hospitable. Interior is pretty arid. Lots of semi-arid, deserty areas. Has Lake Air emptied out yet, guys? Or is it still got water in it? Because I know Lake Air had a big fill up. There's like a big inland sea lake thing that fills up once every however many years. It doesn't really fill up for a long time usually, and then like a billion birds and frogs and stuff and everything just like magically appear there. And you're like, and there's like fish. And you're like, where did the fish come from? Isn't that always funny? Like any body of water just appears and there's always like somehow fish there. Like my local park, they have a little wetland there, and I randomly just saw an eel. And I was like, how did this eel get here? Because I know they didn't put it in there. It wasn't part of the creatures they put in there when they built the wetland. I'm in the friggin' middle of the suburbia. How did an eel get here from like the river, which is like 2 kilometers away? I'm so confused. Did like a bird crap a baby eel here? I don't even... Marine life is crazy, man. Alright, this is big macro setup for MAXPAX, guys. You can see he's going for that Dark Shrine again. +3 attack, +1 armor. Sorry for the ramblings. It's been a long day of non-stop really good games, so just taking it a little bit chill. And Q is just turtling into lib range, and I think this is the anti-classic build. Classic cannot break this. Let's see if MAXPAX is a bit better at it, because this map's really hard to secure a 4th base on. And even with a lot of libs, you got to be pretty careful. Yeah, he's going to slowly inch forward to this 4th. 16 gateways are already up. MAXPAX should have forward pylons. I think it's so sloppy that top Protoss, even when they're in this position, aren't building forward gateways in the sides of the map. It just seems crazy to me that we're so reliant on warp prisms. Like, warp prisms are good, don't get me wrong, but why is there no way to reinforce your main army? If this army takes a bit of a bad fight and you have no way to reinforce it, that's a big mistake. Oh, speed prism. He gets through the turrets. Nicely done. Bio's going to get back there. These zealots will go down. It's going to poke the front at the same time, but I think the libs can cover that with the tank on the high ground. These libs will chase after that prism as it tries to get away. This is a lot of libs, guys. 11 range libs. Hard to push with this army, though. It's very immobile, but keep in mind these libs are pretty quick to react these days. Needs to start building turrets to get rid of the observers. And he needs to, like, I think leave a few more libs sieged up. Like, yes, you want to bring a lot of the libs to reactively siege. But, oh my god, is this a mistake? He's got a lot of marauders underneath. I think he lost 2 libs there. 2 libs got sniped. Got to be careful. Remember, it's Protoss who wants trading. He's going to go 3 Stargate, Fleet Beacon, Tempest. Now, I sent MAXPAX an essay about this. You guys know, rather than complain constantly about pro gamers not doing things on my casts, I've actually started DMing them essays. I DM'd Rainer that essay about beating Clem and how you need to go lurkers, like actually get lurkers in his mineral lines because he doesn't have enough scans. It's actually cool. He did send me a message actually after the win the other day. He was like, "Did you like that?" I was like, "Yes." I was very happy. He did not have enough scans. I've been waiting for Zerg to do this for the last 2 years, man. But yeah, I sent MAXPAX an essay about how you need to build cannons outside their base. In this situation, your problem is the supply cap. 90 probes is too many. So to at least leverage your minerals, you want to come and you want to build cannons on the... He's doing it! He read my message! He read my... He's gonna do it! He's... Yes! Yes! He actually... He didn't respond. He left me on red. But he's actually going to build the forward cannon outpost. Oh my god. Oh, fine. Guys, it's been like months of me just being like, guys, if they're just sitting in their corner turtling, build 100 cannons outside their base and just spread out High Templar and ruin them with Cannon Tempest Storm. Now, problem for MAXPAX is he wasn't planning to play this style, so he's going to it very belatedly. He was planning to play like a mass gateway style, and he's kind of been shocked by just how turtly Q is. Q is not moving out at all. Q is not giving him any openings. Look, he's even building cannon battery up there. Now, the reason cannons are so good is they're also detection without costing supply, whereas observers and oracles get killed, so they can reveal ghosts. Often we see ghosts like cloak after sniping an observer and running through and killing everything. But you need quite a lot of High Templar to make this work. The cannons are good support, though, and remember, you've got unlimited minerals. This is a really good way to do this. And even if you lose like 1,000 minerals here, it's not a big deal. But I think you want to mostly focus on just one location. And if he can move his cannons into this area, so he should also be building cannons here and then here. And you want to just really focus on getting a forward position, because if you get a forward position between their bases, they can't break that. But you don't, the thing you give up is mobility. So he's making a mistake by sending his whole army left. So he's not doing the style correctly. So and he's not got High Templar with Storm with the cannons yet. So he's not really doing the thing I talked about. Never mind. He's just adding a few Tempests to his normal army. Storm's going to come in. Disruptors do go out. Another Storm would be good here. Another Storm would be good. Great Storm on the air units as they chase. Good Disruptors try and slow down the advance, but there was only 2 High Templar. He needs to energy recharge this High Templar as well. He's going to try and stand and fight. Energy recharge is going to come in. He's got a Storm coming in from behind. He does land it on the Vikings. The Vikings taking massive Storm damage. The Zealots overwhelming the ground. Excellent micro here for MAXPAX. And Cure just getting a bit too excited, trying to chase him across the map. That was not necessary. I guess with the Tempests out, he felt like, oh, I've got to jump on this army or the Tempests are going to pick at me forever, which is partially true, but that's what the Tempest's job is. If you're ever wondering, what do Tempests achieve? The Tempest's job is to shoot your opponent from afar, just to pepper them. Doesn't really kill much, and it makes the Terran angry, and then they chase into your splash damage. And MAXPAX just did that flawlessly. Yeah, no, he's still building Colossus. He's not committing to my style at all. My style, you'd go at least 6, probably 8 Tempests, and you would constantly be building and rebuilding cannons and like inching them closer to your opponent and just stutter stepping Tempests while spreading High Templar. But he's doing Blink DTs, which I was telling you guys, such a good move to see him bringing that back. I love it. Oh, he's just all over him, man. Q is max, but loses 2 command centers there. And these Tempests are going to start bullying him. Still got 5k minerals, so like I said, it's all it costs you here is APM to build more cannons. I would love to see a few more cannons getting forward there. Oh, Tempests get left a bit far forward. Good storms, though. Yeah, you don't want to chase through those storms, I don't think, do you? Oh my god, Q is crazy. Q is going to try and chase through Storm, and he's going to find out about these cannons and batteries on the high ground and go, yeah, nah, nah. I don't want none of that. DT's running in, SCVs and command centers getting snipes. The Libs can't keep up. Q is on struggle street right now. He's trying to build Mass Viking to deal with the Tempests. But MAXPAX is one of the best micro players. He's so good at stutter stepping those Tempests and just luring him into the splash damage. Brilliant play there. Brilliant. Zealots and DTs doing what they can. Oh, snipe on the Dark Templar. That Dark Templar goes down. The Tempest dancing, the Stalker, Zealots, and Colossus doing what they can. Come on, pick off these Tempests, bro. I don't think he can, man. I think it's the Libs that are going to be getting picked off by the Tempests, not the other way around. +2 ship weapons is on the way. He's got probes transferring to these middle bases. Rich gas there. He's got gases going up everywhere. He's going to build cannon battery in the top left. Just try to make that base a bit harder to deny. Tempest's going to be picking off some units. He accidentally moved his Stalkers forward. Unless maybe he was throwing them away on purpose. He is building 3 more Tempests, which is a good call. Vikings coming forward. So I only got 4 High Templar, but he's done a really good job of babysitting them away from the EMPs. Is a nuke worth it? 100%. Yes, nukes are very worth it in endgame. They're really good zoning tools. Oh, thank you so much for the support, guys. Wigs getting in there big time. 2 donos. Thank you, mate. I'm going to give you guys some massive shout-outs after this epic game. MAXPAX showing, like I said, this map with how spread the bases are and how much freedom he gets because it's so hard for Terran to push into him. I feel like MAXPAX is if he's not playing Clem, he's almost looking unstoppable on this map. Roddy talked about this style a bit. He thinks most Protoss are aware of it, but they just don't like playing it. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't want to go to this stage of the game, but there's a point where if you're behind in the game and you're forced to end game, you really want to, you should go directly there. Nice storms. Good storms, man. Whenever the Libs siege in storm, they take so much damage. And look, Oracle for vision, so we can see him from really far away and just kite him down. Yeah, I'm not out here saying, oh, it's a really fun thing to do, like let's play Tempest Cannon Siege, but it is obviously the correct decision when the game goes past a certain stage. And I love that MAXPAX, even though he's not really committing to these cannons as much, he is utilizing them to at least secure forward areas on the map. And oh, he's got to be careful. He needs to feedback that ghost, but he's okay. He doesn't get EMP'd somehow. High Templar very close to the front line. Really good micro. Just got to keep pumping these Tempests and keep shaving him down. Units lost tab is way too close for comfort here. Terran wants to be 10,000 ahead by now, if not more. Protoss is mining out the map. The Vikings will take care of the Colossus, and he's going to finally get on top. One more storm, though, will protect MAXPAX's army. Actually, MAXPAX should be running. I thought he'd use that storm to escape. Guys, MAXPAX is still running forwards. This man, oh my gosh, he just trusts in his reinforce. 19 more Zealots coming across. He's like, let's go! I don't know if that was the most efficient engagement there for Max. He's now down 6,000. The resources lost starts. More Tempest, more Colossus, and a Mothership. Yeah. Hey, nuke comes in. Question is, does MAXPAX find it? Oh, he does. He's too close to the cannon, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't see it. He doesn't have detection. And the Oracle goes down before he can tag it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, baby. Hey, looks like he's reading Twitch chat. He heard that comment as well, eh? Planetary pushes back these zealots. He's still on 5 base, guys. Q is not out of this yet. And if Q can get a handle on these engagements... Ooh, hello. Bio Army's going to be taking big damage though. Okay, leaves 4 Marauders behind. Oh, he loses a full medevac as well. Costly. He's going to try and move out to this left side. He's like, I need minerals. I desperately need minerals, bro. I mean, if he keeps the middle base up and this base, I think he's fine for now on the mining is Cure. He's just got to find efficiency in a game where it's very hard to do so. Now, the income for MAXPAX, 85 workers, it's not insane. It is kind of hard to remember to transfer your workers off when you're on like 10 bases. Oh, Orbital's going to go down. Big fight on the right. Even if he loses the right side fight, MAXPAX denies the 4th on the left, which is huge. If he focuses it, but he's not. Oh my god, Cure, he's not saving it. MAXPAX isn't targeting it. Oh no, both sides ignoring this left side. That orbital needs to get back to safety, guys. He's only got 6 orbitals. There's no iron bank in this game. Cure is not endgame rich by any means. And with these forward, if MAXPAX had this base fully mining, this base fully mining, think about how few resources there's going to be for Cure to take. He's got like these couple of bases he's mining right now, and the rest of the map is getting, I mean, the corner's getting mined out here. He's transferred a few more probes up there. MAXPAX. Oh! He's recalling! He says, lol, you think I'm in the middle of the map? Get wrecked, noob. Mothership recall comes in. Planetary gets blopped. That's what that move is called, guys. He just blopped that planetary. Gets the orbital as well. But where are the High Templar? He doesn't seem to have any with this army. No Storm. He's going to try and fight despite that. His army's kind of getting ravaged. MAXPAX standing and fighting. I thought this was meant to be a hit-and-run maneuver. The Zealot up there did kill a few ghosts, which was nice. And this might be good enough with the reinforce. Nuke's going to come down on the front line. The Ghost just outside of range of that. The Bio and the Viking trying to start a step. There's some Libs coming in as well. They will try to siege up in the fight. The Stalkers, the Zealots will back away from it. And boom, baby! A few more cannons do go down. Stalker Zealots on the worker rally. That Ghost runs out of energy and the Observer comes up. It gets caught. Remember, this base is still mining, but only 3 workers there. I think MAXPAX, though, 3 red arrows on the mineral and the gas income, which means he's over 1,000 minerals and gas a minute advantage over Cure. And he's only traded 8,000 resources less efficient, which is really not bad. We're used to seeing 20, 30,000 advantage in the late game. MAXPAX getting a handle on this late game, dude. This is awesome. Really well played by him. You know, as much as I've been complaining about late game PvT, whenever we watch a non-Clem Terran, it does look still very competitive, especially on this map especially. It kind of depends on the map, doesn't it? Curious to see how this matchup evolves. High Templar goes down, Dark Templar in the main base. Sometimes we talk about balance so much we forget that the game, even when the game's, in quotation marks, grossly imbalanced, is still like 99% skill, 1% balance. When that 1% changes to 2%, it's still 98% skill. MAXPAX up 2-0 in this grand finals. All right, guys, it's game 3. MAXPAX in the bottom right. He only needs 1 more to finish it. I think Q has had some moments, but he's going to be tight. He's going to have to be very tight to seal to bring this back. I want to see at least 1 win for him. I really think this is not a series that should be one-sided. Q looked very good against Hero. Admittedly, kind of just needed to wait in some of those games until Hero just threw his army in the meat grinder. So we'll kind of have to see how we go. Urubu, Urubu, who are you? Urubu, Urubu, poo on you. Alright, Depth's on the way. Nice little wall off on the ledge. MAXPAX doesn't want to deal with any Reaper shenanigans. It's just kind of funny because this map's already pretty trash for Reaper in my opinion. I'm surprised Q went for it, actually. So I feel like this wall off's so attractive up there. It's so easy to wall that ledge. And then the way in the front just, you know, there's no side ledge or anything. But Q's going for it. Reaper into a reactor. No Marine. Oh, is this factory reactor? Is this gas first, guys? No, it's not. Pig, I really wish they made air units have collision because they already ignore terrain, avoid map restrictions. Seems kind of silly to me. Why do they get that advantage as well as being able to fly over cliffs? Yeah, no, I feel you. For sure. I mean, I don't mind it. Like when I've played Battle Aces and stuff where the units actually have air collision, it kind of limits them a bit more, whereas like StarCraft 2 air units being able to all clump on top of each other. The thing is, like with things like Mutalisks, I think it's genuinely like really cool the way the air units stack. But there are units like sometimes where carriers and stuff can dance around the edges and pick at you, where it can be quite frustrating to play against. I think overall they're just different design choices, which one you prefer. 2 Adepts are going to come in, gets himself a Marine for a bit of damage, but MAXPAX has got to be careful. That Cyclone's almost here. Cyclone's going to turn this fight around, but MAXPAX so happy to take whatever trade he can. Gets himself another Marine, the Adept goes down, and this other Adept says, okay, well, now I know you went Cyclone, that's good for me. He's opening 3-gate Blink Robo. Very safe build. MAXPAX is kind of just doing standard things. He feels like, I don't need to do anything special. It's on him. And Cure. He's going to answer with a tank push, guys. An incredibly fast tank push. MAXPAX goes Warp Prism first, which I think he will. He could be in trouble. Warp Prism helps against this a little bit, but not massively. But wait, what? He's not boosting the tank across? Isn't the whole point the Medevac's meant to wait, pick up the tank, and boost that? Or is he just going to rally across the front? Surely you don't sit at home. Oh! Okay, never mind. He's chilling. He's building a Viking, though. I guess he's going to push with 2 tanks? Odd style here to open up. I guess he just wants to maybe lull MAXPAX. False sense of security. Blink is not ready. Does get out of here while he can. He's building a second Viking, so he's clearly committing to an all-in. But he's just going to go, okay, he's just going to push out. And he just wanted to make it look more like some standard harassment. MAXPAX moving on the map. Cure's Medevac does escape. Ooh. Three SCVs being pulled for the repair. Stalkers and the Adept might come in and find an undefended natural. They might find a siege tank or something rallying out, which would be juicy, but Warp Prism gets caught by the Cyclone. It's a big pick-off. Doesn't kill it, though. He does! He gets it! Viking could get caught there. Stalkers are there. Does he turn to chase? He could save the Viking if he turns the Cyclone around, but he's just going to try and evade those Stalkers as best he can. SCVs can repair these Vikings. Vikings will be wanting to land on the ground. Cure will do that now. There we go. Vikings finally going to land. Probably put some Marines behind the tank as well. I think he should repair the tank. The Immortal comes out and he immediately commits. MAXPAX blinks forward. The Immortal goes down, but so do the 2 tanks. Now the Marine Viking losing their long-ranged anchoring unit. They're going to take out the Robo. That's 1 gateway and an Immortal getting beat depowered. These units need to get into that mineral line where they can cause the damage. Their probes are pulled to fight. The Marines and the Vikings are going to do catastrophic damage to MAXPAX income. That's why MAXPAX pulls away, which is a good choice. I think buying time, let the Stalkers chip at this. He's only got 4 Stalkers, but he's going to have 2 more Warpins in a moment. There we go. Energy Recharge comes in as well. There's an Adept that waddles back home. And this has been a brilliant hold for MAXPAX. For anyone else, I think this could have been a devastating, instantaneous loss. As it is, I think he's in a good spot. The Gateway can't blink back, so he focus fires it. Good call there. The Stalkers weren't going to die, not when you're playing MAXPAX. Now, you might think, isn't that enough damage? And I've got an answer to you guys. Have you heard of 3 Nexi getting chrono boosted on probes? Have you guys heard about the Protoss? Because the ability for Protoss to rebuild income, if you're a Terran player, you don't have this. If you're a Zerg or a Protoss, you have this ability to go and just bloody chrono or inject and full focus on workers. Does lose the Stalker there a bit sloppily. And he did miss a little bit of probe production. He's got to rally over to this 3rd and resaturate those minerals quickly. MAXPAX is nowhere near the level of like an Estrella in terms of bam, rebuilds his income instantly. He's more of a, I'm just going to go kill you with my counterattack kind of guy. Like he doesn't really just full chrono probes. You can see he did like 2 chronos and that was it. And now he's just continuing his build and focusing on his counter pressure. But because he's going to get that 3rd up versus a 3rd that's not, it's about 3/4 of the way done, and Stim and Shields and Medevacs are so delayed, it's not much of a window. So he's going to get 1 SCV, doesn't quite get the 2nd one. That's okay, no big loss there for Cure. Now, Cure's still in a pretty competitive game this time because he did do a lot of damage. The unit's loss tab is pretty even between the 2. But it's not like a game-winning position because, like I said, it's just going to take him a little while to get to this next step. Now, obviously, Stim, Shields, Medevacs +1. 3rd Command Center can float out, and he can push at the same time. These guys coming in there. Now, I think one thing we've seen from Cure is sloppy handling of Warp Prisms. Missile Turret doesn't really cut it against MAXPAX because he's very good at watching his Warp Prism and driving around it. It helps. It's not bad. It is the cheapest. It's not like a shutdown of the Prism, but it'll help a bit. He should bring this tank forward. He's going to build a second turret as well. Because there's always, at this point, when you move out, there will be a prism coming with Zealots, and it's going to hit the natural. And actually, in hindsight, on this map, 10,000 feet, they always abuse this ledge. MAXPAX prism on this ledge is the thing in nightmares. Guys, shut your eyes. Oh god, the way, we've seen Classic do it as well against high ground, low ground, high ground, low ground. Where are you going to go? Because I can always pick up and go to the high ground. It's a very nasty angle. Luckily, the army is still here. Should be able to deal with this. Took a little while to respond. And he's building a Viking. I think he should have already had a Viking out. Because like I said, this is why Clemmer always leaves. He leaves 8 Marines and a medevac in his main ready for this. Bad building placement for Cure. He's going to have multiple Marauders getting stuck in here until he lifts off and builds this tech lab elsewhere. He's playing 4 tech labs, 1 reactor. He's been playing a lot more Marine heavy earlier in the tournament, but it looks like he's changing that up now to a bit more tech lab heavy. Have a bit more sustainability in his army. Yeah, nice pickup. Like I said, high ground, low ground. This is very annoying. Vikings finally there, though. Big push on the front for MAXPAX at the same time. Remember, he's got a lot of storm. Oh god, you gotta protect your tanks. You gotta protect your tanks. He has to get in front and spread from the storms backwards to the siege tanks. Spread, spread, spread. Q, you're too clumped, mate. He's gonna go for the High Templar. Doesn't quite get one. Eats a bit of storm damage. Medevac healing is there. Problem is, if he lets the High Templar too close and the Zealots too close and loses the tanks, he'd be in big troubles. As it is, Ghost Academy comes down though as well. His +1 armor's on the way, which is nice, but double forge, Storm's done, and now there's a Robo Bay, which means Colossus can start dripping out. Oh, did he build a new prism? Oh, it gets shot down. Great catch. That's a second prism going down. Like I said, MAXPAX is obsessed with warp prisms. He didn't know about the 2 turrets in that main base, and Q is really learning his lesson from earlier in this series about do not underestimate. Do not underestimate MAXPAX warp prisms. It's been a long day, what can I say? They are so consistently in your face and so annoying. This is only the 5th base. So Q is not really going for the heart of MAXPAX economy. He's just chipping at the edges looking for good fights. Get some value here, and now he's going to try and extricate. Some people gesticulate. Q likes to extricate. Got to get out of here. Sir, we got to get out of here before the Protoss close in on us. Yeah, but he's got the Observer watching you, doesn't he? Got the Body Observer on you. He gets rid of the Observer, which does help. Got to be careful. Stalker does go down. Tank shots help. Big counter. Ghosts and Bio. Oh, not enough Bio to defend that. Youchies. Youchies. 1 Ghost has already fallen. He's got a bunker behind it. SCVs do have to evac, but 11 workers do go down. Protoss wants to exterminate. Terran still wants to extricate this army. Get them out of there is what that means. Got to get them away from the Protoss corner of the map where they could get jumped on. Run, Qer, run, run, run. I mean, Max isn't really focusing on shutting it down because he's got a 5th up anyway. He really needs to mine these minerals open, though. Otherwise, he can't defend this base very nicely. Should pull a whole bunch of these workers to mine that. MAXPAX has got good economy, though. +1 armor's done. Does need to start +2. He's chronoed it, but no upgrade on there. Maybe didn't quite have the gas when he clicked it, which means he might not notice for a while. Second Robo finally goes down. Bit of a supply block for MAXPAX. Uncharacteristic here. Cure, of course, now with 2-2 4th commands and a second starport on the reactor. He did lift this barracks to let his Marauders out of the cage, by the way, which is nice. Is Pig trying to be a caster rapper? Yeah. The longer I commentate for, the more my brain unravels like a ball of yarn. And the more random word association will end up. It does turn into like a really, really low level like live poetry slam session, essentially. And then if we get past like about 18 hours of live commentary, that's where it just turns into like a therapy session where I'm like, and then I'm sad because this, and I don't want to let my dreams be memes. You know, it just kind of devolves the longer I am live. And today's been like non-stop with very few breaks. It's been kind of hectic. I don't even remember if I put a prediction up for this game. I probably forgot to, but Zealot High Templar, flank on the right, main army on the left. It's a sandwich. It's a sandwich of Protoss proportions. He has no idea. He sees the army on the left. He doesn't know about the army on the right. I like that he's not panicking. Oh, he's got, don't clump, don't clump, don't clump. Gotta be careful, mate. Storms on the left. Colossus do cop some EMPs. The tank shots are always really nice. give you a little bit of buffer. Gets the storm on the gas workers. Does he know about this? He's trying to make a planetary on the right side. Where SCVs do go down, trying to build a new turret. Gotta watch out. Another storm goes down, does deny the SCV on the turret. Storm's on the right as well. MAXPAX is looking for openings. He's on 94 probes. He's going to 17, 18 gateways. This is another game where he could go for the Tempest Storm style. On this map out here is amazing, because you can deny that base so easily and then push forwards from there. And he's going to do it. He's going to go straight there. I kind of feel like he doesn't have to rush there straight away, but he is going to do it. Goes forward with the storms. On the right side, the Zealot Storm gets defended as the planetary is now erect. Units lost tab 4,000 in favor of Kua. Now, Kua should have more turrets up here, because otherwise speed prisms can fly right past. He also should have a turret or two there. But he's not crazy rich just yet. He's still wanting to build more command centers, get more orbitals. Caduceus Reactor. He almost killed his own ghost there with a misclick. Whew. 125 hit points. That buff was specifically to stop guys accidentally killing their own ghosts, apparently. Oracle's on the way. Lib range, 3-3 upgrades for Terran. Q is really going to late game in a much more, I think, prepared fashion this time. And he's purposely avoiding going heavy range libs because now he realizes, ooh, I don't want to get stuck on a heavy range lib against a guy who's very agile, who's very quick to go to Tempests. I think it works a bit better against Classic because Classic's very, like, he just does not like going Tempests. And he'll try to force his way in before then, which is where the range lib kind of rush gets value. So it's good to have the tech available. He's going to go for the cannons. You want to build them further forward. The closer they are, the easier it is to siege this base. This is unnecessarily far back. As I said, didn't have those extra turrets. Prism's going to get in there. Unfortunate. Don't want to send too much bio to respond to this either. Could scoot these medevacs in with it. Whoa! EMP Viking Orgasm! 2 Colossus, a bunch of observers go down, and a lot of High Templar getting EMP'd. Remember, to do this sort of siege set up correctly, you want your High Templar off control group. You want to have like 4 High Templar scattered around here, plus whatever's with your army separate from that. And you want to try and keep them in there because Storm plus Cannon's really hard to engage into, but he's already kind of got his army wiped. He's going to get pushed off this position because of no Size Storm. We've seen that happen a lot. This happened to Hero when he tried this against Clem as well. Not quite having the correct setup, but at least his army's still here, and with the Zealot reinforced, he should be okay. 95 probes is unhinged. I'm not sure if he's using them all effectively. Great Size Storm. He's he's getting flanked. Big EMPs, and the units break out there of the stasis as well. Oh no! Oh no! He's about to get overrun. The Archons will take out the Vikings pretty quickly. That last Tempest and Colossus going down. MAXPAX. He's got 18 gateways. He's got 2 Colossus about to pop. I think he can defend this, especially if he lands another Storm or 2 like that. Very nice. Oh, very nice Storm. Q is sloppy. He's kind of walking through it a bit there. It's not the crazy damage of the old Storm. He's just taken some excellent fights, has Q. Just got to be really cautious because MAXPAX has a few more Colossus, a few more Tempests coming out. I don't think you can man mode through this. Q is kind of just saying, screw it. It's now or never. Let's go. I'm winning. Let's keep winning. Might be able to, dude. His EMPs, his spreads have been so good. His siege tank and his rally will get jumped on by the Zealots. That pack of Marauders says, goodbye, Mr. Colossus. Goodbye, Mr. Tempests. There's a new Colossus on the right side, though. You can see the right side going well for MAXPAX, even though his left side did crumble. There's so many ghosts. Storm from the south. Energy recharge is a very good ability, but it's not enough to completely turn this fight, man. Another Storm comes in from God knows where. And MAXPAX is going to have to throw in the towel there, getting bullied off the center of the map. 95 probes may have been too many, but it was most importantly, it was this moment here where he just kind of derped his army forward into the EMP and stuff. I don't know what he was doing there. There was this moment where he kind of derped his army forward here. And then he didn't have any Storm to defend his cannon position, and his army was all EMP'd. This was a weird misclick. Yeah, this is it. Oh, weird. Yeah, this is really bad. All of his High Templar got EMP'd, except like 1 or 2, and 2 Colossus went down. Youch. Alright, guys. We're going into game 4. Maxi in the top right side, Kura in the bottom left side. Double gas on Tourmaline. Haven't been enjoying the double gas builds as much recently, but we'll see how it plays out. Reading is hard. It literally says games. I was asking because it automatically fills with the same name. So sometimes we do the prediction for the next game and it stays the same. We literally just explain that. But it's okay. You guys don't have ears. I'm in Twitch chat. Look at me. I get to backseat. It's fine. It was just a dumb comment. I'm just being silly. It's okay. 3 workers pulled off gas. Does he risk the command center on the low ground? Cure loves putting this command center on the low ground, and he so regularly loses this SCV and gets in trouble for it. I think this is a really... I don't know, man. Like, don't be wrong. I find command center on the high ground very awkward. But if he goes tech lab straight away and doesn't build a Hellion, I think it's a little unnecessarily risky. Then again, was this Nexus before core? Was this Nexus before core, guys? This kind of looks like it, right? That Adepts come out. Interesting timing. He will go forwards. 2 Reapers and a Hellion should be able to deal with it, but it is Tech Lab straight away. 2 Reapers does not beat this Adept. Like I said, this has been pretty consistently happening where he's losing that SCV. That's awkward. There is a Stalker at home. 2 Adepts. 1 on the ledge waiting for these Reapers. Yeah, jeez. Adept goes in here. Doesn't actually pick off the SCV because it was shading backwards. Bit of a mistake there. Reapers are going to dance, of course. He knows when that shade finishes, he loses his life, so he's just going to make the most of it. Pick off as many probes as he can. And then the probe arrest. Nice. Stops the Reaper from escaping the second one. Adept finally comes in, does pick off the SCV as well. Beautiful start here for MAXPAX, and this opening does not feel great as the Terran player, especially not with the Adept escaping. MAXPAX all over this opening, man. Where's the music at, guys? Stupid Quiet Heart of the Swarm soundtrack. There we go. It's a bad opening. It's not crazy. If you guys think, whoa, triple gas. Triple gas. Ladies and gentlemen, triple gas has been detected. He might even build a 3rd Banshee. He definitely wants to get tank production going. Looks like it's going to be a Marine Tank Banshee push. Usually there's no sentry opening. MAXPAX scouting is not very dynamic. He usually just waits for the Warp Prism and the Stalkers and then just shoves across the map. And yet he has this really good ability to just sense when Banshees are a problem and have an observer at home for it at the right time. I think he just blindly plays safe against it sometimes. Or quite often. So the question is, does he always build an observer directly after the prism? I don't think so. Usually he's very focused on getting Stalkers into his opponent's base as quickly as possible. Just warp in Stalkers, go, go, go. But there we go. Observer does start. Question is, does he leave it at home? Because he's just changed his rally point on it. Dude, he's so... It's such a... This is the problem with Banshee builds right now, is if your opponent actually has a triple-digit IQ, they're like, hey, Terrans do Banshee builds in like 50% of games right now. I'm just always going to build an Observer and leave them with some Stalkers. I've seen this multiple times now. MAXPAX always is ready for it. He just is like, look, I always leave an Observer and 2 Stalkers at home just in case. And it shuts it down before it even gets started. Oh, man, that first Banshee. Did he even get a probe? Not even a probe, but he almost loses the first Banshee. This is a disaster. The Adepts are actually going to trade on Marines here, which is not too bad for them either. Does get 2 Marines for those 2 Adepts, or 3 Marines maybe even. Not bad at all. The tanks are going to try to move out. MAXPAX's got to be careful here. Does blink away. Luckily for him, those Marines don't have stim, but the Cyclone says hello, and MAXPAX War Prism's going down. Does cost him. I'm not sure why we cloaked that Banshee. I guess he just didn't want to get hit by a volley. Fair call. 3 more gateways are on the way, as well as Charge and Immortals. Now the question is, does Cure commit or does he go home? His tank's taken some damage. I'm not sure if he shot his own siege tank there or what. Oh, if only he was already pre-sieged. He could have killed 2 Stalkers with that volley. MAXPAX gets away with a bit of lucky one. And you know what's bad for Cure is now MAXPAX knows he's not committing to the push anymore. MAXPAX can continue probing, dropping a Forge, and doing that normal stuff that he does. Now keep in mind, I did say he's a bit weak to SCV pull because he delays his splash damage almost always. This time he actually gets a pretty quick Templar Archives. It's not crazy fast though. And with 5 racks all incoming, I do think you could go for an SCV pull as Mr. Cure. I've only seen Banshee speed a few times. I'd love to see it more. Yeah, it'd be cool. It's like a very cool opening if you're playing mech. Fortunately, mech in this matchup just struggles too hard with Zealot Charge. You know, long-ranged army that's all about gunning down your opponent from afar. Turns out their ability to just like charge across the screen in the blink of an eye and get on top of your units and make your tanks friendly fire and your mines friendly fire just hurts a bit too much. Combined with warp prisms and stuff, you know. Mech's usually a bit light on the anti-air. The power of a prism to just slide in your back door and make 10 units in the back of your base. Mech is just not really made to deal with that stuff. Sometimes you'll think, how can we make mech viable? Why, we just wish mech was a more viable part of StarCraft 2. And I'm like, yeah. Do you want to? What you do is you veto Protoss for an entire tournament, and you just make it Terrans and Zergs, and then you'll see a lot more mech. But I mean, there's charge zealots and warp prisms are really hard to get past, man. SCV pull, he's doing it. Oh, but the storm's gonna be ready. Oh, the storm's gonna be ready in 20 seconds. 20 seconds, the window's about to close. He's pulling the boys, guys. He blew the conch. He said, "Drilly boys, assemble!" But watch out for the side storm. 3, 2, 1. Oh no! Spread, spread, spread. Oh god, oh god. The storms, there's so many storms. Oh god, I didn't realize that movie with George Clooney on a boat as a fisherman. Oh, we're in the eye of the storm now. Wow, it's so peaceful right before our faces get ripped off. Banshees in the back door. There's Marines and tanks and aliens. There's some SCVs there as well. Is there any storm left? The tanks are doing pretty well right now, but he doesn't have many Marines that are very healthy. There's a big arc of them, a lot of firepower, but they're starting to go down. The Zealots, the Immortals, that Archon is an absolute chode. That Archon just killed 10 Marines, man. He kills another 2. Oh, my lord. 16 probes have gone down. The Immortal could do very well against the Marauders if it can land hits on them. The Zealots and the Guardian Shield trying to hold on. Still on 48 probes is MAXPAX. Finally gets rid of that Banshee in his back door. She did not ask permission to go in there. And yet she did a good amount of damage. Unfortunately, I don't think it's enough for Cure. He's down at half the worker count. He's still up 14 army supply, but of course he has to rally across the map. And with energy recharge storms available, Cure's looking pretty slick. Got 4 High Templar, gathering energy as MAXPAX. That's crazy, man. If he gets another round of storms up off these, which he will in about 10-15 seconds, that will be insane. A sentry does go down. He's going to kite a few of the Zealots. There's not many regular units in the army, but storms are ready. And Cure, he's crazy trading, and he's getting decent trades for now. Can he keep it up, though? Oh, the Zealot run by is nice. Very nice. Looks like a storm did go down. Didn't seem to hit too much, though. He's trying to start a step away. Good pullbacks. He's got a good medevac count. The supply overall for MAXPAX just seems out of this world, though. Another storm forcing him back, and his own stims are also hurting him a lot, right? Every time you dodge a storm, you're losing a lot of time when you want to be engaging with that stim pack before, you know, it's hard to heal through all of this. There's still one more storm in there. Oh my gosh, he's trying to kite backwards that Archon. This is an Archon that doesn't have any kills. I think he'll be adding one soon, especially if he clicks it on a medevac, as those medevacs do tend to lag behind a little bit. The Marauder's starting to fall, the Stalker's starting to chase. Cure just does not have the numbers. I think this was a good choice of build, and I just think he missed his timing by about 15-20 seconds. If he was there 15-20 seconds earlier, with that push, with that SCV pull, getting those tanks sieged in a really brutal position, we might see an entirely different game, but MAXPAX bought the time he needs. He's got a 4th base up. +1 weapons almost finished, and this will be a decisive finals for MAXPAX. Hats off to Cure for winning that 3rd game, man. Especially in the late game, the way he did it on 10,000 feet. But MAXPAX has just been really solid today, hasn't he? Both semis were bangers as well. Good day of games, man. Zealot run by gets in, struggling to deal with it. Robo Bay's halfway done. Double drop's going to go in, but it's going to go in isolation. What I mean is, like, there's nothing else distracting MAXPAX at the same time. His whole army just shuffles over and is like, yeah, that's fine. And you know, Cure wants to leave. Stalkers, thankfully, don't blink on him. Gonna try and hit the right side as well. We've all been here as a turn where you just desperately start split dropping and trying to catch your opponent out of position. But he just has so much stuff now. Even the Zealots are hard to kill. He never got +1 on the bio. Oh, that's got to be a mistake, right? the fact that he hit after Storm and didn't even have +1 weapons on the bio. I mean, Banshees are expensive, and I think Banshee is just a bad build against MAXPAX. I've seen too many times. I remember even a week or two ago, same thing happened. I was like, he has no idea about the Banshee. And the Banshee flies in, and there's like 2-3 Stalkers and an Observer just waiting. And I was like, how does he know? And then I just realized he doesn't know. But MAXPAX scouts so little until the Stalker gets over there. He knows that's the one thing that can just ruin him. So he regularly just leaves Stalkers and an Observer in his base. Could be a Widowmine drop coming in. It helps with that. Could be a Banshee. He's just playing safe. And it shuts him down. GG, well played. MAXPAX takes the 3-1 and is once again our PiGosaur weekly champion.